Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to talk about the 13 steps to successful preaching. This subject is very important, and one of the reasons is that only a few years ago, on 4th of November 2016, Hazrat Amir Mumineen Ayyadahullah Ta'ala bin Aziz, in his Friday sermon, which he delivered from Regina, Canada, he said that tabligh or preaching is an obligation on each and every person uh, of the member of the Ahmadiyya community. And Huzur said that this is the right of the people, that we should try to save them from sins, evil, and destruction. And for this purpose, it's our duty that we must preach them. Now, how to do this work? I would like to tell you that by the grace of Allah, uh, in 1998 or 9, I was in Birmingham, and our region was able to achieve 70 bats. And same week when I informed Hazrat Amir Mumineen Ayyadahullah Ta'ala bin Aziz, that is Hazrat Mirza Tahir Ahmad Sahib Khalifatul Masih Rabi, he mentioned it in the Khutbah Jummah, and he said that people say that West is very irreligious and they don't take any interest in religion. This is why it is very difficult to convert them. But Huzur said that there are people in your country who promise that they will convert 70 people, and they do have the same number of converts. So Huzur said that this is not impossible. And then, in fact, Huzur instructed in the same khutbah that these people who are successful in Allah, they should be given the duty to train other people as well. So then, under the guidance of Huzur Hidayatullah Ta'ala bin Aziz, I was appointed National Secretary Tabligh. At that time, Dr. Iftikhar Ahmad Yasab Amir, and he got this permission from Huzur Hidayatullah Ta'ala bin Aziz for this purpose. Now, at that time we were asked that we should explain how we do the tabligh. So then I came with my tabligh team to the National Amla, and we explained to them. At that time we prepared these 13 steps for successful preaching. Now later on, I prepared a booklet to explain all these points properly, and that book is called Tabligh Guide. And this Tabligh Guide has become so, by the grace of Allah, popular that up to now, here in UK, we have got 3 editions which are published already. Then one edition is published by United States of America, and now only last week I received one request from the missionary in charge of Gambia. He said that please give us also the electronic copy so that we can also publish it there. So this is how Allah Ta'ala has made this booklet popular. And another thing is that once during the Jalsa Salana UK, one Englishman, or American I should say, white American Ahmadi young man, he came to me and he said that you are the person who has written the Tabligh Guide. I said Alhamdulillah, yes. And then he said to me that we are following the method of tabligh which you have mentioned in your book. And then my question was to him that did you have any bat? He said yes, Alhamdulillah, we have got 4 bats. So that means that people have acted upon these things, and they have got the success as well. Similarly, there was one Bengali young man. He was from New York, and he introduced me during the Jalsa Salana, and he said that again he asked me. In fact, he knew that I am the author of this book, Tabligh Guide. So he himself said that we are following the method of tabligh which you have mentioned there, and he had one Afro-American Ahmadi with him, and he said this is the result of that tabligh. So now the other thing is that about 1 or 2 years ago, one gentleman, Mr. Umar Shahid, who is uh, president of one of the Jamaat in America, he came here and he got this booklet. And after reading that booklet, he wrote a letter to Huzur Eid al-Azhar bin Aziz, and I will read just a few lines from that letter. He said that I first purchased only one copy. After arriving at the Jamia later that evening, I began to read this book. I read it almost all night. I kept saying Alhamdulillah as I continued to read this blessed guide for carrying out field tabligh. I concluded that this book is the spiritual tool for preparing Ahmadiyya Jamaat USA to go into the field and preach Islam through Ahmadiyyat. Missionary Naseem Ahmad Bajwa has written a masterpiece for Ahmadiyya Jamaat around the world to prepare themselves mentally and spiritually to go out and engage in tabligh. This book, if it has not been done already, should be printed in as many different languages as possible and become the spiritual tool for carrying out field tabligh around the world, inshallah. And this is Mr. Umar Shahid, President Pittsburgh chapter, and he's also Secretary African American Tabligh Desk USA. Now with this introduction, now I'd like to tell you that these 13 steps to successful preaching, they are all based on the Holy Quran, Hadith, and the instruction from Hazrat Masih Maud and his Khulafa. But there is a special order in it. And the result was that by the grace of Allah, in 1999-2000, when I was National Secretary Tabligh, we were able to achieve 545 baths in United UK. And this is the highest number ever. Up to now, this is the record number of baths in this country. I was Secretary Tabligh for about 2.5 years. Now, these 13 steps, in fact, need some explanation, but first I'll just read them so that you have some idea. The first one is, during the week, we should fast voluntarily every week. Number 2, give the 6 rights to all Muslims, that is, greet with salam, accept a kind invitation, or sneezing answer to Alhamdulillah with Yarhamkumullah, visit the sick, participate in the funeral of a fellow Muslim, and like for others what you would like for yourself. Second thing, in the morning, what should we do in the morning? Perform tahajjud for special favors of Allah, and if possible, stay overnight in the mosque, if possible, of course. And number 4, perform Fajr prayer in congregation, in Jamaat. Number 5, perform Dasul Quran after Fajr prayer. Number 5, perform Dasul Quran after Fajr prayer, and also contemplate on Huzur's latest Friday sermon. So these are the 5 points out of 13, and inshallah ta'ala in the next episode we will explain these points and also we'll read the rest up to 13, inshallah ta'ala. Jazakumullah.